about myself that I forgot to get up. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Interesting that I picked the topic of vision today when vision is such an important part of today. However, I was clueless. My vision is about something a little different. Most of us have made New Year's resolutions. Anybody here make a New Year's resolution this year? Yeah? Anybody actually write it down? Anybody ever look at it? Well, we have one who's looked at it. Anybody implement something that they wrote down? So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was vision. I have been working with a coach whose name is Andrea Wolf for the last 7 months. And Andrea, every week, every month, we work on my plan for where the month is going to go, how the week went, what the next week's going to look like. And then just right after New Year's, she said to me, do you have a vision plan? Did you actually sit down and look at what the year is going to look like for you? Where do you want to be 12 months from today? And it's a little different than a New Year's resolution. A New Year's resolution says, I'm not going to eat candy for the next year. Yeah, good luck. Have fun. A vision plan is more like, I want to be here in a year, and it's my dream, it's my goal, and it's a little different than the work plan. Although my business plan also includes things for me personally, which is one of the reasons I'm here. That's part of my personal growth plan. So what Andrea did was she gave me a couple of topics, and I changed some and added some. So one of them is love, money, travel, things that make me excited, health and well-being, personal growth, gifting. Gifting was kind of something that I'd never really thought about before. What am I going to give back to the community? And I have a couple of pet charities. One of them is Toys for Tots, and every year my running club does a big Toys for Tots drive. And the Hirschberg Foundation, which was designed to help pancreatic cancer patients. And I've had 2 friends die of pancreatic cancer. So it's kind of important to me. So one of the things I want to talk about today is what our vision is for ourselves. Is there anybody here who has something that it just jumps out at you that this is what I want to do for the year?
Increase my unit size to 200 unit members.
Wow. Is that a big jump?
Yes.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Finish my 2nd section of my Master Herbalist course and go on to my 3rd section.
Awesome. Awesome. So one of the things about vision is you kind of have to have an idea of how you're going to get there. So my vision plan, I started to really break it down small, and what Andrea said to me is that you're putting it into steps, but are you still seeing the vision? When I was 25, I worked for the Fashion Institute of Technology. I had been there 6 years, and I'd gotten as far as I could go without getting my degree. So I went back to school, and I had the 5-year plan. It took me 6.5 years, but I had the 5-year plan. I walked every day with a goal in mind. I wanted to have my degree. I completed my accounting degree. I worked full-time, went to school at night, but I always had a plan, and there were things that I had to give up, like partying during the week and going out, and just to get to where I wanted to be at the end of in this case 5 years. So one of the things that happened when I started working on this for the year is I went, Andrea, you're not looking far enough. I have dreams that go 10 years out, 15 years out. There are things that I want not just now, but for me for the future. So that's kind of what I put on paper here, is where my stopping points were. So I have what I want for the year, and I shared with you a couple of things I wrote. One of them is to get healthy. So I wanted to lose 30 pounds, and by the end of next year I want to lose 50 pounds. And I have little steps and things that I can do now that aren't overwhelming, that don't make my life impossible, and are fun. I run with the House Harriers, as I had Ron mention. And one of the things is, it's fun, it's exercise, you get out, it's social, it's entertaining, you meet a lot of crazy people, you go to a lot of very strange places. One of my other goals is to go to Borneo this summer with the club. And there will be probably 5,000 people out in the jungles of Borneo, or whatever Borneo looks like, running around like mad women and men, having a good time. So one of the things I found out about my plan was that it has to be important to me. It has to have a pull that will get me to where I want to be at the end of the year, or at the end of my lifetime, because I do have things that I want to accomplish lifetime-wise. So does anybody here have something that they want to do 5 years from now? Do you have a goal in mind? Anybody?
Yeah.
Julie?
Semi-retire from real estate and look at opening up a wellness facility.
Do you have a date?
No, I can't put a date to it right yet.
Okay, so one of the things that I've always said is I want $1 million in the bank and a condo that's paid for. Sounds easy, no, right? Shouldn't be too hard, you know, I make a good living, I have a nice house. So one of the things I've started to do is look at whether or not that plan is realistic. And if it isn't, why not? And if it is, how am I gonna get there? So I have a vision of where I'm going to be 10 years from now, 15 years from now, and what I want to do to get there. And one of the things that keeps me focused is getting there. I tell my clients that if you don't spend it, you get to keep it, and they look at me and they go, oh. So I had a client who said, well, I want to go buy a condo in Hawaii. I said, fine, do you have $1 million in the bank and a condo that's paid for? And then we'll buy a condo in Hawaii. And he went, no. I said, do you have a year's salary in the bank? No. I said, then why don't we wait on the condo? When you've got all of the things that protect your future there, then go spend the play money. Go buy the condo that's gonna sit there empty, 9 months out of the year. So part of the things that I put into my plan was a reality check. Is it possible? Is it doable? Do I love what I'm doing? So one of the things that I want everybody here to think about is, do I have a resolution? Is it really reasonable? Is it really doable? Is it actually going to be fun for me to do? So one of the things that I thought about for a long time is my vision, but I came to the conclusion this way. Every journey begins with the first step. If you don't have a vision, a goal, or a plan, you can spend your energy and your vision going around the block.
That was tremendous. All right, we'll take another 60 seconds to write up any helpful evaluations for Diane and then pass those around to her.